And then my third band in Vacaville in high school was actually our first name was the Groove Merchant, the Groove Merchants.
These are all
But
good names. I'm impressed. I
right,
mean, these are good
right,
names.
and but the Groove Merchants, which had me, Jacoby, Ben Luther on trombone, and Will James on bass. And we shortly after naming ourselves the Groove Merchants, we changed the name to Papa Roach, and that was the first iteration of Papa Roach. Was me, Cobe, Ben Luther on trombone, Will James on bass.
Okay. And so you knew Jacoby from football. He knew you were a drummer. You knew he was a singer. And by talking about music, you guys decided at some point we should jam and maybe we could do a project together, be a band.
Yes, yep, that's exactly how it happened. And I mean, really, that's really the story is just as simple as that. Really, we were just both passionate about music, and um, actually, Jacoby was meant to be him and I when we first decided to jam together. He had started playing bass. He was playing bass, and he had bought like this cheap beginner's bass from the pawn shop, and he was going to bring it over and jam. Actually, he may have come over once or twice to my garage and jammed. And shortly after, like we started that, his bass was stolen out of the back of his truck, and he's like, "Dude, like our dreams are dashed, dude. Like, we can't jam. I don't have a bass anymore." I'm like, "I don't know, just sing. It's free. You don't have to buy a new bass. Just be the singer." And he's like, "That's a great idea." And then we got a hold of this kid, Will, who was a recent transplant who also moved from Southern California. He moved from Norco, California to Vacaville. And he had a little reputation around school as being a really rad bass player. And he was really awesome bass player. And then, yeah, we just reformed the band with Jacoby as the singer.
That's a little bit of history there. We have our first fan question sent in. So this is from Amanda Luciano. She says, "I have always wanted to know where they got their name from." So there was uh Papa something else before Papa Roach, right? And there was a name change. Can you share a little bit? Wasn't there Papa Gato or something, or is this false information?
Yeah, no, first of all, thank you, Luciana, for your question. It's a great question. And yeah, we had so like I said, the original name of the band was the Groove Merchants, but we decided we had a bunch of names written down like on a sheet of notebook paper, in different columns, like good contenders, and then like maybes, and then like throwaways, like like if we can't think of anything else, we'll just name whatever. And one of the contenders I came to the table with was Papa Gato, which means Papa Cat, Daddy Cat, and it was the name of this Latin jazz album I was listening to at the time. There's a conga player named Poncho Sanchez who put out records, and I was listening to his record Papa Gato, and I'm like, I just threw it on the list, and Kobe's like, "That's a great idea." Like I really like that, and he's like, "But what if we call it Papa Roach?" He's like, "Because my stepdad's dad, so my step grandfather is Bill Roach, right? Like, and everyone calls him Papa Roach. So what if we call the band Papa Roach?" And I was like, "That's a great idea, but your stepdad, the family, they spell their last name Roatch with a T. I'm like, what if we took out the T, and then we can make it, about bugs and other roach, other associated topics that you might think of when you hear the word roach. You know what I mean?"
Hmm. It's, man, the Groove Merchants is a great name, but
It's pretty good.
but with you guys being heavier, if you were maybe in a different style, the groove, the Groove Merchants would be the right name. But I think as you guys maybe got heavier, the name change is probably good. I mean, things have worked out well with the name Papa Roach. So I'm just
I
impressed
think
with the
it's
Groove Merchants. I mean, that's a great
that
name.
was, I think we got that. I think we lifted that from. I think it's like a Beastie Boys lyric. Yeah, I think there's a rap. Ad Rock is saying, he's like, yada yada yada, because I'm the Groove Merchant, and we're like, ooh, that's good. write that one down. But yeah, I would say everything that worked out nicely with the name we chose.
Yeah, things turned out just fine. So you guys formed the band in high school. You get the name changed to Papa Roach. Lore has it that you entered a talent show and you guys didn't actually win the talent show. And my question is, do you think the winners of that talent show also went on to sell, 6, 7, 8 million albums? Do you think they had the same success as you guys who didn't win?
Oh man, I can't remember who won the talent show. And you know what? I don't remember it as being a competition. I think it was just like a showcase of talent. I don't think there was like an actual winner declared, but if there was, I don't think there was any losers that day. I'll just say that. Maybe if there was a winner and we weren't it, whoever did win that, I mean, that was, I'm sure, one of the bright shining moments in their life, and they could hang that on their, and they can always brag that they won the talent show over Papa Roach. Like, dude, you know what I mean? Like that's a cool claim to fame right there. So
it's documented. It's documented that they are better and or more popular than Papa Roach. I mean, it's yes, right there. Yeah.
For February of 1993 at Vacaville High School, yes, that is entirely true.
That's awesome. I have some kind words sent in here from Sonny Mayo, who member of Snot, Seven Dust, Amen, and is with Rock for Recovery now. So this is from Sonny. Sonny says, Snot opened for Papa Roach, Incubus, and Salmon at a youth center in Vacaville. I'm saying that right? Vacaville?
Vacaville, right? Correct.
In Vacaville, California in 1995. I had just moved from VA to join Snot a few months earlier, and my head was spinning at how powerful the scene was at that time. Our paths only crossed a few times over the subsequent years, but it was all love every time we connected. I was aware that Dave struggled with substances just as I did in the tumultuous world of band life in the music business. I'm beyond grateful that we hit a sufficient bottom and have rebuilt our lives with joy and purpose. Love you, Dave. That's from Sonny Mayo, Snot, Seven Dust.
Oh man, Sonny, that's my boy, dude. I love Sonny. Sonny, I mean, like, dude, I don't know if the listeners out there can kind of put together. There's an underlying current, a theme going on here. If you've been listening carefully, but yes, Sonny and Rich are very good friends of mine, and I love them to death. And yeah, once again, both of them lifers for sure. But so, yeah, dude, we played with Snot. We had a chance for to headline over Snot at our local community center in Vacaville in the mid late 90s.